Happy Wednesday, you guys. I have some breaking news for you all. Diddy has been convicted of 2 out of the 5 charges in the RICO case, according to Fox News. So the article reads, the jury in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering trial reached a verdict on all counts today. The jury found Diddy not guilty of racketeering, conspiracy, and schmex trafficking. He was found guilty on both counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Diddy returned to the courtroom wearing another beige sweater while the jury continued deliberating. He hugged his lawyers and waved to his mother and a supporter who was whispering, "Hi, Diddy," to him. The rapper also made the heart symbol with his hand. Combs then spoke to the court marshals briefly before standing and facing his family. He said a brief prayer asking God to watch over his family and bless the jurors. The family all bowed their heads and said amen when Diddy finished. The family then clapped. On Tuesday, after nearly 14 hours of deliberation, the jury revealed they had reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts Diddy faces. The jury indicated they couldn't reach a unanimous decision on the racketeering charge, one of the most serious counts against the disgraced music mogul. A federal RICO violation can result in a 20-year sentence. The transportation to engage in prostitution charge could carry a sentence of up to 10 years, while schmex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion may carry a 20-year sentence. After receiving the 4th note of substance from the jury, the court directed them to continue deliberating on the racketeering conspiracy. The jury was brought out and a portion of the instructions were reread by Judge Aron, don't know how to pronounce his last name. When the jury was brought back into the courtroom, the judge asked them to keep deliberating, saying it is their duty to discuss among themselves and form opinions. Judge whatever said the jurors must reach a unanimous verdict, but must not give up their convictions merely to return a verdict or satisfy the rest of the jurors. The jury was then dismissed back to the jury room. So if you're anything like me, I know you're wondering, okay, well, what does this mean? So since the jury in the Diddy Combs trial reached a partial verdict, Combs was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation, like I said, to engage in prostitution, a lesser charge compared to the more serious accusations of racketeering and schmex trafficking. He was acquitted of the most serious charges, including racketeering, conspiracy, and 2 counts of schmex trafficking. The jury was, like I said, unable to reach a verdict on the racketeering charge. So here's the breakdown. He was guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. This means the jury found evidence that Combs transported individuals for the purpose of prostitution. I said to you all that I felt that he will, of course, be convicted of that because they had enough evidence to prove such. Acquitted of racketeering conspiracy, this charge, a more serious one, accused Combs of leading a criminal enterprise involved in various illegal activities, including schmex trafficking. So he was acquitted on that. They could not come to an agreement. I guess they didn't have enough evidence or proof to convict him on that. That was one of the harder ones. That was the one that everybody was like, I don't know if they're going to be able to get him on that one. He was also acquitted of schmex trafficking charges. The jury did not find sufficient evidence to convict him on schmex trafficking, which also carried significant penalties. There was a partial verdict on racketeering. The jury was unable to reach a unanimous decision on the racketeering charge, meaning it remains unresolved. The implications of it all, the partial verdict is seen as a victory for Combs as he avoided conviction on the most serious charges. The racketeering charge is still unresolved and the prosecution could potentially retry Combs on that charge. However, the outcome of the trial has significant legal and personal implications for Sean P. Diddy Combs. So we still have the sentencing to come up. And from what I was reading with the ones that he was found guilty of that still could land him up to 20 years in jail because they were under the Mann Act. So we'll just have to wait and see what the judge feels would be a significant punishment for him. I hope that he at least has to go to jail for at least 5 years. Like, he got to serve some time. I know he's done almost a year at this point, but he needs to serve some time. He needs to understand and realize that he is untouchable, that he is not untouchable. He has gotten away with so much over the years. He should have went to jail for those 10 years that Shine did in jail for him after he pow-powed that woman in the face in that New York City nightclub and set Shine up for the fall. He's done so many heinous things throughout the years, and that man literally thought that he was untouchable. He thought that he was God, okay? He really thought that he ran New York City, okay? He thought he was Natalie Nunn or something, you know? So I really do hope that they give him as much time as possible and that he is made to sit in jail and really sit down and look at his life and the things that he has done. Regardless, his image has been tarnished forever. I don't really see him being able to come back from this after everything that was revealed and everything that has been said about him by people that he knows, the things that he has done. I don't ever see him going back to being Diddy, where everybody is going to his parties and working with him. I don't really see it being that way. I do see him getting out of jail at some point and being able to live a quiet life. He still will probably run certain businesses or whatever, but I think that he will live a fairly quiet life, you know. But as far as people really working with him again, I don't really see that, because it would make them look bad as well. So I think a lot of people are going to be really hands off when it comes to him, except for the people who had his back the entire time. But I do hope that he is made to sit in that jail for some time, because he needs to realize that, yeah, you can be touched and you need to pay for the things that you have done to these people throughout the years. And I really hope that he gets rehabilitated, meaning get some help for his drug addiction issues. He really needs help with that. He really does. Because you can't tell me he probably still ain't using while he's been in jail this whole time. Most definitely. For me, this is very sad. This is another reason why victims do not come forward. This is why a lot of women suffer in silence and live with the shame and sometimes even guilt of feeling like it was their fault, like they are and feeling like they're unable to come forward due to judgment, criticism, being blamed, people saying that they're lying. It's really... It leaves a really bad taste in my mouth. I really feel sick to my stomach that men like Diddy, Woody Allen, Harvey Weinstein, Epstein, Roman Polanski, and even more have gotten away with such heinous, vile things throughout the years. It's truly disgusting, the things that these men in the industry are able to get away with. Elvis Presley dating a 13-year-old girl back in the day. Like, what is going on in Hollywood? But the good thing about this is that this takes the veil off of this corrupt, perverse world that has been going on in Hollywood for years. And what I hope and pray is, unfortunately, that when the next woman comes forward, she will get the justice that all the other victims throughout time deserve, and that people will take things more seriously. That's what I hope and pray. But this boyhood, this boys club has to be taken down. These rich and powerful men need to be taken down. This has to stop. It really honestly has to stop. And I hope and pray that out of those 20 years, he gets the max, because he needs to serve time. He really honestly does. A message needs to be sent so these men can know that you want to fuck around and find out. Try it. But that is the verdict, you guys. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think about what Diddy was charged with, what he wasn't charged with. When the sentencing comes down, I will of course let you all know what the judge has decided. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you, T Squad, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.